right, everyone, buckle up. Tonight, we're diving deep into a story that'll chill you to the bone. The Cupboard That Fell.
Ooh, just the title sends shivers down my spine.
Right. Founded on bookspots.com, and let me tell you, it's not for the faint of heart.
So what's the story about? What kind of cupboard are we talking about here?
That's the thing. It's not just about a cupboard. It's about that uneasy feeling we get when something familiar, something ordinary, suddenly feels wrong. You know, like it's in the wrong place or...
It's got this weird energy around it. I know exactly what you mean.
Yes, exactly. And that's exactly the kind of vibe this story gives off. But before we get into that, let's set the stage. We've got a classic horror trope. Teenager home alone on a Friday night.
Oh, I can already see where this is going.
But here's the thing. It's the setting that really gets me. This old house. Yeah, the kind that's practically breathing history.
Oh, full of creaking floorboards and dusty portraits staring down at you.
Exactly. And you know what's at the center of it all? A forbidden attic. Off limits.
Classic. It's like that locked room in a Gothic mansion. You just know something's hiding in there.
And of course, our protagonist can't resist, can he? He's drawn to it. And the author, they're clever. They use all these little details. Creaking sounds, a sudden chill in the air.
Sensory details like that are so effective. They pull you right into the story. It's not just what you see, but what you feel. That sudden drop in temperature, chills, every time.
And just when you think it can't get any creepier, we get the obligatory horror movie warning. A concerned neighbor telling the protagonist, don't touch it, it's better left alone.
Oh, you know that's just asking for trouble, right? It's like a giant neon sign flashing, danger, do not enter.
It's true, and yet we still kind of root for him to go for it, don't we? Just a little.
Oh, absolutely. We want to see what happens. It's that morbid curiosity.
And, well, you know he's going to ignore that warning. He can't resist the pull of that attic any more than we can resist a good horror story.
It's like we're all hardwired for it. The thrill of the unknown, the little voice that whispers, what if?
And in this case, what if leads him straight to a fallen cupboard.
A cupboard. That's it.
That's what I thought you're expecting, like a hidden door or a secret passage. But nope, just a cupboard lying on its side like it's been, I don't know, pushed over by something.
Okay, I'll admit that's a little creepy. But cupboards are pretty ordinary. What's so scary about that?
It's not the cupboard itself, it's what it represents. Think about it. Cupboards are supposed to be these safe spaces, right? They hold our belongings, our secrets. But when a cupboard falls...
It's like those secrets are spilling out.
Exactly. It's like a breach, a crack in the foundation of the house, and maybe even reality itself. And inside this toppled cupboard, he finds a book.
Here we go. The obligatory creepy book. Bound in human skin, I bet.
Actually, no. It's small, leather-bound. And the cover, completely blank.
Blank. See, now that's unsettling. A blank book. It's like a void. It could contain anything.
Or nothing at all. And that's almost worse, isn't it? Not knowing what you're dealing with.
Absolutely. It's the fear of the unknown, amplified. Our imaginations run wild with all the terrible things that could be lurking inside.
And trust me, his imagination is working overtime. Because the second he touches the book, the whole atmosphere changes.
How so? Give me the chills.
The air, it turns icy cold. Whispers start swirling around him, and the room, a whole attic, it feels heavy, suffocating.
Ooh, that oppressive atmosphere. It's like the house itself is holding his breath.
And those whispers, they're disembodied, echoing all around him. And with every whisper, the tension ratchets up just a little bit more.
But something's trying to get his attention to warn him, or maybe lure him in.
Right, like whatever's trapped inside that book, it's desperate to break free. And to make matters worse, there's this symbol etched into the cover.
What kind of symbol?
A twisted star. But here's the thing, it's got eyes.
Eyes? Okay, that's just not right. A star with eyes. What do you think it means?
And you know that attic door, the one he practically wrestled open?
Yeah, the one that's been like this ominous presence this whole time.
Exactly. It slams shut out of nowhere.
Talk about a punch to the gut. The author knows how to work those primal fears.
Right. And the whispers, they morph into this guttural growl, like whatever was whispering is done messing around.
Oh, it's about to get real.
And it does. The entity, it bursts out of the book.
So what's it look like? Give me the gory detail.
And it's terrifying. Long, bony hand shoots out first. Then this twisted, grotesque face. But the eyes, they're just empty, soulless.
Okay, that's creepy enough on its own.
Yeah.
But the voice, what about the voice?
That's the worst part. This deep, raspy growl, like it's been echoing through the void for centuries, and it says, "You released me. Now you take my place."
Chills. Literal chills. There's something so final about those words, isn't there? Like a death sentence.
Exactly. And of course, the protagonist is, well, he's terrified, frozen in place. But then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the entity vanishes, the attic door swings open, and everything is normal.
Normal. Come on, nothing is ever normal in these stories.
You're right. It's that eerie calm after a storm. The cupboard's back in its place, the book is gone, and the protagonist, he's just shaken. When he tells his parents, they just chalk it up to, an overactive imagination.
Oh, the classic horror movie parent move. Just ignore the creepy whispers and the soul-sucking entities. Nothing to see here.
Right. But of course, we know better. Because in the final lines of the story, the protagonist is back in his room and he feels it. That bony hand closing around his ankle. And that voice, that awful voice, it whispers in his ear, "You take my place."
Oh man, talk about a cliffhanger. What does it even mean to take its place? Yeah. Is he trapped? Is he possessed?
I don't know. And that's what makes The Cupboard That Fell so effective. It leaves you with this lingering sense of unease. That cupboard, that ordinary cupboard, it becomes a symbol of the protagonist's downfall. He opened the door, he touched the book, and now he's got to face the consequences.
Yeah, it's a reminder that sometimes the scariest things aren't the monsters hiding in the shadows. It's the shadows themselves and the ordinary objects that might hold something sinister just beneath the surface.
So next time you're home alone on a Friday night and you hear a creak in the attic, maybe, just maybe, leave it be. You never know what might be lurking inside.